Israeli scientists claim they will develop a cure for cancer within the next year, an unlikely prospect, according to world leaders in cancer care and treatment innovation. In December, Nobel Prize winner James Allison, who helped develop immunotherapy, said, "Soon we will get close with some cancers, citing progress against some forms including melanoma. But, the world will never be cancer-free." Today, Accelerated Evolution Biotechnologies Ltd in Israel claims to have proved him wrong, using a web of small protein fragments called peptides, which can wrap around cancer cells like an octopus, attacking tumors from multiple angles, and reaching areas that other treatment molecules are too big to get to. They say the peptides are so delicate that they should fly under the immune system's radar, preventing counterattacks from the tumor and side effects like nausea and chemo brain. Critics say the method is promising and not unheard of, but claims of a cure are wildly overstated. Since the only study was performed in mice, nobody has seen the results of that study, and even the inventors admit human trials will take years to start and complete. What's more, it's improbable that we will ever develop one singular cure for all cancers, which vary widely. It goes without saying, we all share the aspirational hope that they are correct, Len Lichtenfeld, MD, Chief Medical Officer of the ACS, said, and since published on his blog. Unfortunately, we must be aware that this is far from proven as an effective treatment for people with cancer, let alone a cure. The researchers have not published data to back up their claim that this is the most promising treatment to date. The only words published on their exploratory experiment in mice is an interview they gave to local paper The Jerusalem Post, claiming success. That is not enough to warrant excitement or even intrigue, says Dr. Vince Luca, Assistant Professor of Cancer Biology at Moffitt Cancer Center. Peptides are a rapidly growing class of therapeutics, yet very few peptide-based drugs have received FDA approval for oncology indications, Dr. Luca told Daily Mail. The Israeli scientists' reports of a universal cancer cure have not been substantiated through publications in peer-reviewed articles, nor have they been demonstrated in human clinical trials, and their claims should be met with extreme skepticism. That's not to say it couldn't work as a treatment in some capacity. But Dr. Lichtenfeld warns there is a big difference between finding a treatment with potential and making it work. Our hopes are always on the side of new breakthroughs in the diagnosis and treatment of cancer, Dr. Lichtenfeld said. We are living in an era where many exciting advances are impacting the care of patients with cancer. We hope that this approach also bears fruit and is successful. At the same time, we must always offer a note of caution that the process to get this treatment from mouse to man is not always a simple and uncomplicated journey. As experience has taught us so many times, the gap from a successful mouse experiment to effective, beneficial application of exciting laboratory concepts to helping cancer patients at the bedside is in fact a long and treacherous journey, filled with unforeseen and unanticipated obstacles. Even despite the huge gains made in cancer treatment innovation, we are still far off eliminating the disease, with more than 18 million new cases a year and 8.2 million deaths. Immunotherapy is the new wonder treatment, winning the Nobel Prize last year, as it trains the patient's immune system to fight cancer itself, getting around the issues of the patient's immune system reacting to drugs. But that is expensive, still being rolled out into mainstream care, and even the inventors, James Allison of the US and Tasuku Honjo of Japan, would not market it as a cure. Aside from that, there have been steps to more directly deliver drugs like chemotherapy to the tumor to prevent arduous, and sometimes excruciating side effects. Currently, the top FDA-approved method to do that is with antibodies, which have been perfect vehicles for delivering targeted drugs. However, the antibody molecules are often too big to reach the brain for brain tumors. And antibodies have a tendency to bind to parts of the immune system that can have toxic effects on the liver and bone marrow. Peptides, amino acids connected in a chain, have been held up as a perfect alternative. They are cheap to make and regulate, are less likely to cause side effects, and they can effectively home in on specific sites without affecting surrounding areas. 3 peptides are already used to treat elements of cancer, mainly targeting hormones that feed tumors, while other drugs do the tumor killing. However, many see the potential in peptides to one day do everything in a multi-pronged attack, And that is what the Israeli team claimed to have achieved. The big problem with peptides, according to a study published last year, is that they are often too delicate to be a match for tumors, and they have short half-lives, meaning they don't have the stamina to deliver a sustained attack on tumors. Attempts have been made to extend their half-life and strengthen them, but thus far to no avail. My colleagues here at ACS tell me phage or peptide display techniques, while very powerful research tools for selecting high-affinity binders, have had a difficult road as potential drugs, Dr. Lichtenfeld said. If the Israeli group is just beginning clinical trials, they have some tough experiments ahead.